Good morning, crypto enthusiasts. If you've been in this space for a while, you know Sundays are usually reserved for bloody sell-offs and manipulation. But today, the market just decided to break that stereotype over its knee. Do you smell that? That's not coffee. That is the scent of FOMO starting to linger in the air. Yesterday, we saw panic. The fear-greed index was sitting at a 9. People in the chats were typing, "That's it. Bull market over. See you in crypto winter." And today, open your terminals. XRP is smashing through the 1.5 ceiling, trading at 1.51. HBAR, which people were burying yesterday because of that death cross, is up plus 5% and confidently holding 0.104. Stellar XLM is quietly, sniper style, reclaiming the 0.172 level. Today isn't just a news recap. We are going to dissect the anatomy of this reversal. Why these three coins? Why right now? And most importantly, is this a trap before the final plunge? We're breaking down every whale movement, every protocol upgrade, and every candle on the chart. Grab your coffee, get comfortable. This is going to be a long, honest conversation. Let's dive in. Part 1. Macro context. Why are we pumping? Before we dive into specific altcoins, we need to understand the bigger picture. Without context, technical analysis is just reading tea leaves. The Bitcoin situation. The king held the 68.0 level. That was the critical line in the sand. If we had lost that, altcoins would have folded another 20-30%, but Bitcoin showed strength. Why? Because institutions aren't selling. Did you see the ETF reports from last week? Outflows were minimal. The only people selling were retail traders, spooked by the headlines. Smart money used that dip in early February to re-enter, and now that Bitcoin has stabilized, liquidity is flowing into high beta assets, specifically our favorites, XRP, HBAR, and XLM, the mid-month factor. The 15th is often a reversal date. Options are expiring, macro stats are out, and the market starts pricing in March expectations. And remember, in March, we are expecting crucial updates regarding the digital dollar and stablecoin regulation in the US. Who wins from that? The ISO 20022 compliance. So, this growth today isn't an accident. It's a repositioning of major players. Part 2. XRP Return of the King. Let's move to the headliner of the day. XRP. The current situation. Numbers don't lie. Right now, the price is 1.51. That's over 7% growth in the last 24 hours. Market cap has reclaimed $90 billion. Yesterday, we were testing the 1.4 zone. I told you in the last update, 1.43 is concrete, and look how perfectly we bounced off it. The candle on the 4-hour time frame is textbook. A long wick at the bottom, a strong body pushing up. That is a classic hammer pattern, confirming the reversal. Fundamentals. What changed overnight? People ask me, why the pump? There's no news. Friends, there is news. You just need to know where to look. The main driver is the activation of the XLS-85 amendment on the XRP ledger. The average Joe says, so what? Just a tech upgrade. The professional says, this is a revolution. 40S-85 allows for complex escrow accounts for any token on the ledger. Previously, this only worked for XRP itself. Now, imagine a bank issues a stablecoin or a tokenized bond on the XRPL. They need to program complex dividend payout conditions. Before, this was a workaround. No, it's a native protocol function. This opens the floodgates for real-world assets, RWA, worth trillions. And the market is finally pricing this in. Technical analysis. Where are we going? Let's look at the chart under the microscope. Resistance. The immediate target is 1.55. If we break this, it opens a liquidity vacuum straight to 1.62. That's where the battle will be. That's where the old sellers from January are trapped. Support. The 1.45 level is now our shield. If the price retraces there, that is the perfect buy the dip zone. Indicators. The daily RSI has exited the oversold zone and is pointing up, sitting around 52. We have massive room to run before we hit overbought territory. The fuel tank is full. My verdict on XRP. We have broken out of the descending channel. The trend has flipped to locally bullish. If you're holding from one, hold tight. If you're thinking of entering now, wait for a slight pullback to 1.48. Don't FOMO into a green candle. Part 3. Hedera, the Phoenix rises. Now to the hottest topic, Hedera hash graph. Man, this coin has tested our nerves over the last 2 weeks, hasn't it? The debrief. The death cross was a fake out. In early February, every technical analyst was screaming, death cross on the weekly. Sell, we're going to 5 cents. I saw the headlines. I saw the rookies panicking. The price dropped to 0.098. And what do we see today? 0.104, up plus 5.2%. What happened? This is a classic bear trap. Large players used a technical signal to force the crowd to open shorts. As soon as enough shorts piled in, they ripped the price up, forcing them to buy back at a loss. That is the fuel we are flying on right now. Fundamental power. 114 million reasons to buy. But HBAR's growth isn't just manipulation, it's fundamental. Let's look at the on-chain data for February 14th. 114 million transactions in 24 hours. Think about that. Compare it to Ethereum, 1-2 million, or Bitcoin, 500-600K. Even Solana on its best days struggles to output those numbers consistently without failing. Who is generating this traffic? It's not degens buying meme coins. It's Atma, IO, it's Hyundai, it's Kia. This is real business. The criticism of HBAR was always that these transactions were subsidized. But the Q4 2025 and early 2026 reports show that the share of paid commercial transactions is rising. The HEAT initiative, Hedera Enterprise Adoption Team we talked about, is finally bearing fruit. It wasn't just marketing fluff. It's a sales team closing deals. And judging by the chart, they are succeeding. Trading plan for HBAR. For holders. Exhale. The worst is behind us. Closing above 0.1 invalidates the negative scenario. For traders, a double bottom pattern is forming on the 4-hour chart. The neckline is at 0.115. Breaking that sends us straight to 0.14. Risks. The only risk now is if Bitcoin suddenly dumps below 65K. HBAR is very sensitive to general market weather, but as long as the sun is shining, HBAR looks stronger than most competitors. Part 4. Stellar, XLM, the Pacific Ocean of Opportunity. Rounding out our trio is Stellar Lumens, XLM. You know, XLM is like that quiet student in class who does their homework and then ends up being the most successful one at the reunion. Status. Stability is mastery. Price 0.172. Growth plus 4.1%. While XRP flies on news and HBAR fights the bears, XLM is just steadily climbing. We bounced off the 0.165 support. That was a critical level we defended back in December 2025. Why is XLM interesting right now? Soroban maturity. It has been exactly 2 years since the launch of Soroban smart contracts. In crypto, 2 years is an eternity. The ecosystem has been battle-tested. We are now seeing real DeFi protocols launching on Stellar that offer fraction of a cent fees. With Ethereum gas fees creeping up again, Stellar is becoming the attractive alternative for high-frequency transactions. The XLM BTC pair. This is where the treasure is hidden. Look at the chart against Bitcoin. We are at a historic bottom. Cyclically, XLM always pops against Bitcoin in the spring. If you want to multiply your sats, not just dollars, XLM is one of the best swing trade ideas right now. Forecast for XLM. We are moving in a tight corridor between 0.17, 0.21. We are currently at the bottom of that range. Buying at the 0.17 with a target of 0.21 gives us a potential plus 23% profit with minimal risk. This is the trade for the conservative investor. Part 5. Crowd Psychology, Twitter Sentiment. I spent the last 4 hours analyzing sentiment on X, Twitter, and you know what I see? A complete narrative shift. Just yesterday, the tone was, XRP is a stablecoin, it will never move. HBAR is a scam, infinite inflation. Today, the feed is full of rockets and green arrow charts. Pay attention, this is important. When the crowd flips this fast, it's a signal to be careful. We are currently in the disbelief phase. People see the pump, but they are afraid it's a trap. Usually, the strongest growth happens exactly against this wall of disbelief. When everyone believes and starts screaming moon, that's when we sell. But right now, while the comments are still full of skeptics, this is the perfect time for growth. Q. A from subscriber, Alex Crypto 2026. Should I swap my HBAR for XRP right now to catch the pump? My answer: no, that is a classic mistake. Do not chase the train that has already left the station. If you are in HBAR, stay in HBAR. It has its own cycle. XRP moved first, HBAR will follow. By rotating now, you risk selling the bottom of one asset to buy the top of another. Part 6. Summary, strategy for the week. Let's wrap this up. What do we do with this information? 10.9p 1.51. Trend is bullish. Hold. Move your stop loss up to 1.4. Target for the week is a test of 1.6. The XLS-85 fundamental gives us hope that this isn't a fake pump. HBAR 0.104. We survived. The death cross is cancelled. Buy zone is any pullback to 0.1. Target 0.12. This asset has the highest X potential in an alt season because it is so oversold. XLM, the 0.172. For those who like to sleep well, reliable, slow, steady. Target 2, 0.2. Main advice: do not use high leverage right now. The market is volatile. You can get wicked out even if you guess the direction right. Spot trading is your best friend. Friends, we are standing on the threshold of a very interesting week. If Bitcoin continues this flat movement, altcoins are going to throw us a party. Keep your eyes on the 1.53 level for XRP. That is the key to the whole market. If this deep dive was useful, smash that like button. It's fuel for the channel. And tell me in the comments, what HBAR price are you expecting by March honest? 12 cents? 15? Or maybe 20? I'll be watching the market 24/7, and if anything changes drastically, I'll go live immediately. Profits to everyone, keep a cool head, and may your candles be green. Talk soon.